Did y'all sign up over there to speak? To speak?
Not to speak, no.
Not to speak, okay, all right.
Hey, well, thank y'all. Sorry I had to drag you in here on a Friday morning. Situation is, that's another reason we're meeting at 8:30 in here. It's still kind of cool. But Mr. Callahan's been working with these units in here in the high school cafeteria pretty much all summer, trying to keep them alive. He came to me late Monday afternoon and said they're done. These units just are done. So immediately started working with people. You see, I've listed 2 bids in your packet. One from Airtech Brazos Valley, which Mr. Byron K submitted to us, and then Superior Air Repair, which is a company we use from time to time as well that comes out. There's a third company that said they'd come give us a bid, but they won't be out here until Tuesday, and that presents the problem. So that's why Mr. Callahan talked to me Monday evening, and we've got to make sure we have this fixed for the start of school. So that's why I posted this Tuesday 8:30, so that we can meet as soon as possible. Give you an example of what's going on, kind of an analogy first is technology. As a district, we keep trying to get our hands on some more technology in case we have to go remote for a while. We can provide more instruments or Chromebooks for our students. Well, we had Ms. Hurst had found an order of 59 Chromebooks the other day, and she came to me and we were talking about it, and I explained to her that 59 is over our price limit, but I have the authority to pay for. So we're trying to figure out what we could do, and within 5 minutes we just realized, well, let's just purchase what we can and keep us under that price limit. She went back, made the call, and those 59 were gone. So technology's flying off the shelves, PPE's flying off the shelves. Well, apparently so is air conditioning. Units, supplies, and so forth, it's going real quick as well. And so that's why we needed to do this as quickly as possible, so hopefully we can get our hands on this equipment if we approve the purchase of it. I do know that Mr. K reached out to Mr. Callahan last night, and he needs to know by the end of today if we're wanting their equipment, because if we don't, he's got to release it. Someone else is wanting it.
So it is available?
It's available. But from Airtech, Mr. K, it's available through the end of today.
And he's the lower bid?
He is the lower bid. Now, in his bid, what you'll see is you see cost of $14,077, and that's to bring in 2 new compressors and continue to repair the 20-year-old units we have here. Then the second bid at $27,874 is just to bring in 2 completely new units. That's the only bid I had for quite some time. This Superior one I just got late yesterday, so that's why you didn't receive that email until yesterday evening. But you see their price of $27,265 is very comparable to the one Mr. K gave us. So it tells us we're in the ballpark. We're not getting ripped off by one or the other. They're similar. I don't know detail for detail, but overall job, they're in the same price range. So some information I want to share with you about why I think we should be looking at purchasing new and not repairing the old. In visiting with Mr. Callahan, the old units, the new compressors will still use R22, which is pretty much an obsolete and it's going out.
So you're not going to be able to get that.
Yeah, right now it is.
Anymore.
Right, it is $600 for a 35-pound bottle.
It's going up.
It's going up, and we would need at least 105 pounds to fill these 2 new compressors. So that put us at, we would pay $14,000 to bring in kind of dated equipment and hope it works with what we have. Then we would spend $1,800 filling it with the refrigerant, and we're pretty much using something that's almost completely obsolete. So that's why I lean towards purchasing a new unit. That, and he did say that the new unit is 20 SEER, and the old unit is 6 SEER, so it's much more energy efficient. Now, the calculation on that, I have no idea, I'm just, I'm relaying information that's been given to me, so, to explain the difference between 6 and 20 SEERs, that's it, it's much more energy efficient, that's what I got for you.
Is it just the outside units, not the air handlers? Can you tell Danny by looking at the quote? I think that's all it is. I don't think
It says the condensing unit, and
Just
then
outside.
the outside part.
But what about this, this says a renewal on the AHU, is that air handlers there?
Yeah, that's the removal of existing equipment and then furnish drain, the set rooftop equipment. Might all be in one spot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They might all be there.
If I couldn't tell from either bid.
Yeah.
Most of them would be all one complete unit in the top. So you'll have everything sitting right there.
Like a pack unit.
That's probably what that is. Without looking at it.
Well, I don't know if this requires a lot of discussion, but I think some other issues you brought up probably do require some discussion, and that's that we may be handicapping the school a little bit with the $10,000 limit and probably need to address, at least in these times, or something moving forward, something with more flexibility. If you're missing opportunity to buy educational equipment for our kids because you have a $10,000 limit, you can't call a board meeting, doesn't make a lot of sense. So as a board, maybe we need to address it at the board meeting, or look into options, at least during these times, or other options as well, just increasing.
Okay. Well, what I'll do between now and the next board meeting is look at options, like you said. One is the policy that puts the $10,000 limit on it is our local board policy. So if you wanted to change local policy, we could do that. Or we could pass a resolution. That came up when we passed the resolutions for the waivers and the resolutions for
Day-to-day operations.
day-to-day operations. So we could pass another resolution during this time, because I think we're still under emergency orders and so forth. I will look at those options, and I'll make sure you have those well in advance of the next board meeting, so we can see how we can handle it. It does get pretty difficult. And I don't know when that local policy was written. Maybe it was written back when you could get
When $10,000 was
$10,000. Yeah,
With some-
a whole lot
Get
more
you
buying
something.
power.
Yeah.
And we did talk about that in that meeting. I told you I don't want it,
Right.
and I don't, but, like I said, we had an opportunity for 64 Chromebooks, and in 5 minutes they were gone.
What was the total price of those?
I
Just
believe it
for-
came out to like $14,000 or something like that.
So if you double it, that'd be able to,
A lot
not
of-
just that, if we did 20,000.
A lot of districts, and I'm just saying, like, the average, what people will tell you is nothing over $50,000, everything over $50,000. And so people say that, and I said, that's not our policy, and I'm like, it's not. So I assume other districts, that's about the norm. Because I want to be able to purchase our stuff and not call a last minute board meeting, but at the same time, you know how some people are going to take that is, you're giving me an open checkbook. I don't want an open checkbook. I don't even care to deal with that issue.
Well, in that same meeting where we passed that policy, I don't think this last time, it was the time before, I think Ms. Mallett was talking about running it through. She was saying to me, I said, I don't want that, ability, but maybe if other options we could look at, or if you ran it by the then elected officers, then they'd have more
Okay.
permanency.
Sure.
Put it in the policy where anything over X, but see, y'all go call 3 people, get their permission, whether it be, using voting buttons in Microsoft Outlook, or
Okay.
have them come by and sign it, but
That's a good idea too.
things like the notebook, I mean, you are sitting there and it's happening in front of your eyes, so we probably need some type of, maybe like you said, 20, 25, 50, whatever it is, and then it's something that in an emergency state, you need the officers to sign off on something.
Let you make a quick call.
And that would be good too, if we just reach out to the board officers. But we'll come up with a couple
I didn't mean to bog us down, but
No,
you
yeah.
brought up some issues that seem to be problematic.
It's difficult right now with trends on much of anything, especially if it has to do with technology or cleaning or health and that's just it too. This, you know, you don't think about it, but air circulation is one of the key things to fighting COVID is fresh air as much as possible. All our air handlers are set to bring in as much fresh air as possible. I visited with Dave, and the quality or grade of air filter we're using is the highest we can, that our units can handle. Like you can go all the way up where it's supposed to trap viruses. Well, our units will hold those. You're talking about hospital, laboratory type situations there, but we're about halfway there. Like there's a scale that,
Probably around a 10 or 12.
we're around a 10, some are even just at 8s, but we have that, we're using the highest quality we can. So, with all that being said, do you guys have any more questions about what we're here to do today?
I'll make a motion that we go with the purchase for the new AC for the cafeteria with the air filter.
Second.
Got a motion, second by Danny. Those in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries.